Hey, Nick here in WHF Rising. I wanted to grab some replays from this matchup against Meet the Kings, a CWL clan. Take a look at the war results. We were able to pull this war off in this WHF recruitment clan. There was one wrinkle in this arranged war, in that our number 9 base was not to be hit. All the 9s were cleared. On the enemy team, we cleared very well. Seek and destroy with the 3-star against their number 4 base. Their number 12 was off limits. These were equal weight bases that were set or established as being off limits in the arranged war, and you can see that the 9s were cleared. Let's go back and take a look at attacks on our side. I want to pick up some of these 3-star attacks at TH9 first. I want to highlight as well 6 packs by 7 Mile, also by Koenig with a fresh 6-pack, Pryank, Tony, Jar Jar, and by Doctor. Further up the list, we had excellent work by our TH10s and by our TH11 attackers. You can see they got good work done, including Seek and Destroy with that attack on number 4. Scroll down the map here. Setting a nice funnel with baby dragons. Giant tanking for the wall breakers, the test wall breaker there with the bomb. And then we see a cold-blooded entry. CC is lured right into a poison. Let's see if these bowlers will all walk in. One gets by on the wizard tower, but the rest are under rage. Jumps leading the troops right into the core of the base. Hero engagement underway. The enemy queen has gone down to the bowlers and to his king. Baby dragon from the funnel cleaned halfway up the side of the base. Very nice. You can see on this go boho, with 40% of the base cleared before the hogs come in, and with the core of the base tanked by the king, the hogs are able to work right in behind those defenses. And under heel, they're going to wreck the few remaining point defenses on this base. And now it's just cleanup. Good work, Tony. Arsenal FC is going to bring a mixed attack here. He does bring in hogs early to clear a mortar as well as get the CC lure. That's about all they get done, headed right into the king. You see the funnel started with the CC and the Archer Queen under a double poison as his heroes get to work. Some wizards assisting with the clan castle kill. Those witches and their skeletons can be quite a distraction, but under double poison with the splash damage of the wizards, works right through that. And a relatively light kill squad here, primarily just to get after the queen kill. All 4 air defenses up, but with plenty of hounds to tank them. And this Laloon is going to work right in on top of those defenses. The X-bows set to ground, make this a bit easier. Works through that air sweeper, pushes past that, and hastes his balloons quickly, pushing them into the core here. And you can see right through this Tesla farm with a haste. Some of the balloons are eating it, but with the X-bows on ground, really no trouble. Got a heal on the backside for this double wizard tower. And there's the heal. The balloons will be able to push right through this as the one of the wizard towers is tanked by the remaining air defense. He saved 1 balloon for cleanup, and as the last hound pops, the air defense is distracted by the pups. Swag haste, and there's the cleanup balloon. Really just down to clean up now, and with troops spread across the map, that would be no problem. Good job, Arsenal. Again, we see base with lower expos. The heroes, max heroes, are relatively exposed. Going to get a pretty decent size funnel here, clearing the side of this base. Heroes and bowlers in right on top of the enemy queen. Some of the bowlers, I believe, may walk on him here as that funnel. While here they're coming back. Excellent. So the king walks, but that 12 o'clock funnel a little bit late to get the king into the core. Still no problem. He's able to push in and pick up an air defense. He's going to get a second air defense by the bowlers, and I believe his queen is going to take care of this small, or what's left of this Tesla farm. King on the outside, cleaning some point defenses, which will help later with the loon pathing. So now down to just 1 air defense, and it's down. The hounds are going to sit on remaining defenses and tank those nicely. An attack like this, sometimes you can have trouble getting the hounds to pop. But honestly, there's just so few defenses left that he's not going to need much assistance on cleanup from pups. Anyway, he's still got a few troops left to assist in balloons. Those 2 balloons can do a lot of work on cleanup. This base is already wrecked. The defenses are down. Swag City, that's all he's gonna have to do. Not a single hound pops. Good work. all the air defenses in the core on this base. Around the clan castle, the queen offset on the right. Doctor's going to get a nice big funnel going. A lot of high DPS buildings over here to funnel on this side. Something to be careful of whenever bringing a bowler kill squad. Times that quite well. Those remaining high DPS buildings suck the bowlers in to a jump, which will lead them right to the core. And under rage, followed by a heal for those bowlers. They're going to wreck these air defenses. One sweeper pointed south dictates the loon pathing. Here you see the hounds pushing in, going to tank both remaining air defenses as his troops in the core work off a few more of the outlying defenses. The queen's on the outside, which will work out quite well, as she can push up here and take care of the wizard tower. Now that air sweeper is coming into play, but with loons sneaking in from behind, he's going to push right through there. The hound pops, but at this point he's overwhelmed the remaining defenses with balloons coming in from several angles. Cleanup troops are down, and this base is wrecked. Ricky the Knight. Funneling so key on these that exposed mortar at 6 o'clock allowed a wizard to be put down inside of its defensive radius. So for very cheap, he pulls off a defense there with a wizard. Great value on that wizard. Troops are coming down now on these high DPS buildings, allowing for an easy funnel if this town hall and gold storage do not distract his troops around the outside. The queen has aggroed to the golem, and that helps pull back in the king. The wizard is now working on that gold storage. Okay, does not have bowlers, and pushing right against an air defense is going to, or right against an air sweeper, is going to work his loon in here. Not a huge problem, as those defenses now are largely behind or on the outlying perimeter, and he's able to push right through. A few laggard balloons get a expo that was left behind on the pathing. That rage and heal, very nice, pushing through those defenses, and now wrapping in from 12 o'clock. He's still got 5 balloons in the bag here. No spells to speed along his balloons against these wizard towers, but pulling in his remaining cleanup troops, he's going to be able to push through. Wow, so much splash damage on those balloons, but he's overwhelmed them at this point. The double poison working against the air skellies. Pups are spread across the base. A few cleanup troops spread around to take care of outlying buildings, and this base is smashed. The pups from that enemy CC hound distracting cleanup momentarily and finishing on the clan castle in the center. Prayank's second attack, or second 3-star, a little higher up the map. All right, looks like a cold-blooded, or a shattered entry right on this corner at 3 o'clock. The enemy heroes are exposed. and his wall breakers have pushed through. The bowler's at risk of walking here, but his king has pushed right up to the enemy queen, and that aggroes the troops. He does have some bowlers walk. The CC is under poison. Bowler's not able to target that baby dragon, and I'm not sure why balloons help as they keep the defending baby dragon from raging. Fortunately, his queen, Pryank's queen, is there to take care of those air targeting troops, and he does get good value. Queen is still at full health as she's pushed into the middle of this base. She's going to take out, I believe, one air defense with her ability here. Ooh, close on the ability, but she does step up and get the air defense. And with 45% of this base wrecked, and the air defenses right in between most of the remaining defenses, those hounds are going to tank very nicely on those Teslas. Hastes right on top of the defenses to keep the balloons moving in pace with the hounds. While that wizard tower is tanked, he tries to sneak in a balloon from the back side. I think it aided seeking air mine. Ooh, and a few more on those cleanup minions. But he has pushed through with some balloons at low health, but no matter at this point. Very large pack, and the cleanup is wrapping together with those masked balloons into the final portion of this base. Well, look at those pups eat it. No matter, it's at the very end. Very nice job. All right, Cunning Bunny here on a base that had given us a little bit of trouble earlier in the war. We had several failed attacks on this base. He comes up with an attack that I recall helping him spot this one, dropping his queen to distract both of those mortars. He gets huge value out of a wizard at 6 o'clock. He's going to break off a funnel as well in the 3 o'clock region, and that is set for a shattered entry. Look at that wizard all the way up, getting that cannon. Okay, the funnel is effectively set now, and the bowlers have nowhere to go but to step up to this wall. If that archer tower doesn't pull them off to the side, it does pull one bowler out, but it redirects back in. Double jump leading his troops into this core. The queen under really no threat on the outside. Bowlers are under rage and heal. The enemy queen has stepped up and is now accessible in the compartment. But his attacking king is already down. The poison was a bit late on this attack. I think a poison on that queen earlier would have been useful. The defending CC hound is distracted away from his queen, but I believe will get taken out by this wizard. And now the defending queen has stepped up and engaged with the queen walk. Really no threat under those healers. Now he brings in some balloons, and I think if he had gotten a haste down right now, these balloons would have gotten a great deal more done. That haste is about 3 to 5 seconds late. However, he has still overpowered the base, has 3 hogs in reserve, as well as another balloon to assist on cleanup. That defending CC hound is in to pop so late, but really no threat at this point. The base is wrecked, and his cleanup troops have plenty of firepower to finish this off. Very nice hit. Swag AQ ability on a base that had given us trouble with an entry from the opposite side earlier in the war. Pate Geo looks like we may have a cold-blooded attack. These two of these air defenses relatively accessible, but the CC and enemy queen on the opposite side. He does have a max skelly and a rage. Let's see how he takes care of those objectives on the opposite side of this base. A single balloon gets the CC lure. That's only 14 space out of 30, so there must be some ground targeting troops that won't matter on the back end of this rage, so that that lure by a balloon, quite effective, giving his follow-up Laloon. Had he, for example, been hogging the back end of the space, a hog lure or giant lure would have been more effective, as there could be witches or valks that would wreak havoc on his hogs. But it is a Laloon back end, 22 balloons, I believe, and I think 3 hounds. There are still 2 air defenses up. He's going to work opposite of this sweeper. The pathing very clean. And look, a wave of balloons. A few minions in from behind on cleanup. There's the enemy queen engaging. And let's see if there's not a rage placed very shortly. There's the rage, and the skellies are they're in the wrong compartment. However, the raged pups get the work done. He is now bringing late CC bowlers, very late, on cleanup in this attack. Interesting decision. The raged skeletons have wrecked the clan castle, so whatever is left of that clan castle, no threat now to his ground troops, as skeleton traps will not lure a CC. That has allowed him to clean up with bowlers. Quite interesting. I was not part of scouting this. I don't know if that was his plan or if he had neglected to drop his bowlers earlier. But regardless, a swag archer and an interesting choice on cleanup, but got the job done. Koenig on number 22. Tanking archer towers, I think, with these, yes, with these baby dragons and the wizards underneath, just behind and in support. Those baby dragons have created a nice funnel. Test wall breaker. Getting in on these corners sometimes difficult, but they do get the job done. A double poison taking care of the CC troops and defending queen, who is relatively exposed and goes right down to his king. Queen still has most of her health and ability here is going to clear some defenses and help with a push. She is not going to be able to reach this deeper air defense set 4 tiles back from that wall section. Very nice rage, helping with the pathing, working against that sweeper. And the balloons now have still to push through this one remaining air defense. All the balloons collapsing as the last hound pops. His queen is still up with a tiny sliver of health, assisting in cleanup as well. No matter her health, she is a workhorse on cleanup. Troll Tesla goes down, and now the remaining troops wrap around. He's got pups on every remaining building save that top hut. Nice work. 7 Mile is going to take out an outlying defense, 2 outlying defenses on those mortars, keeps his shattered golems together on this entry and allows these wizards to get a nice funnel set. Test wall breaker. Might be a little quick on those backup wall breakers. Had there been a small bomb there, I think they would have all eaten it. No worries though. He has pushed in with an excellent jump spell. There's the rest of the CC lure. Rages boulders, poisons the CC. Defending queen is down. Bowlers, some of the bowlers are going to walk under that rage. They might be able to pull off this wizard tower. I don't recall. No, I don't think they will. But they are going to weaken it substantially. All but one air defense down now. I believe, yes, the queen stepping up to finish off that remaining air defense. So let's see if he doesn't come in from 12. He does. Oh, right into a Tesla farm. Very nice. Those Teslas are tanked as he hastes through the Tesla farm. Tanks that wizard tower momentarily with pathing right into the weakened wizard tower at 9 o'clock. Balloons are lagging a little bit. Skeletons are working on those balloons. He has pushed through, and those pups will assist with cleaning up those remaining skeletons. Okay, pathing very obvious now on his remaining troops as they work through these defenses on the outer perimeter. He's got a heal he can use on this wizard tower. Doesn't need it. Oh, and very timely as well as that hound pops. Excellent. Swag abilities. Spells with the haste, and good thinking on not dropping that heal and letting that hound pop. Koenig on base 20 gets a CC lure with the baby dragon and has double poisoned those wizards working underneath the baby dragon, tanking for them. Got a great value out of 18 camp space. They have now stepped up to the queen and will soften her. Let's see if his heroes can work their way up. Yes, an aggroed king and his barbs beat through the wall and right onto the queen just in time. Excellent. All right, 3 hounds, all the air defenses up. He's going to go straight at this splash damage while it's tanked. Haste all over the splash damage. Raging now into the core. Double rage. Spells going down in such a hurry, but those hounds are getting away from the balloons. However, the balloons, with that many haste and rage spells, they are going to catch up in a big hurry, and the last hound pops just as balloons arrive on the remaining air defense. His queen, with a sliver of health, hanging in for cleanup. These level 30 archer queens, so valuable if they can stay up at the end of a raid. And this base is wrecked. Doctor on a cleanup from an attack that I had made earlier. I'm going to get this CC lure with hasted balloons. I had attempted that a little higher up, looking to haste onto this air defense and was unsuccessful with my pathing. He skips that and hastes straight for the CC lure and gets it, as well as some nice value on those defenses, including a sweeper. Now, a funnel with a cold-blooded entry right into this queen. needs to break off a couple of high DPS buildings with wizards while these troops are tanked, and that's going quite well. His king, distracted by the late funnel, is going to go outside. However, those golemites are taking long enough to push his queen up, and she will be able to engage the enemy queen and an air defense with an outstanding value here on his entry. The king as well, doing some good work tanking as troops work their way through on this Laloon. He knows where the Tesla farm is and hastes through it rapidly. The remaining CC lure will finish off his king with those Valks, but they are not a threat to him at this point in the raid. And hasting in balloons from the backside with the remaining hound onto that last air defense. The X-bows were on ground on this base, setting up this attack very nicely, and an excellent cleanup on a failed attack on my part at a 91%, a 2-star on the fresh hit. Ooh, that wizard tower pairs up with the rocket tower to destroy all those hounds' pups. Now that's an air defense. For the rest of you, it's a rocket tower on my channel. And there we go, into cleanup. Tickle me 6. Going at these exposed air defenses and offset queen with his heroes. Wizard's going to do some good work while the mortar is tanked. There is a mortar at 3 o'clock. I'm going to work that wizard off here shortly, but it is going to soften up tremendously that town hall. The hero engagement is underway, and now with the enemy hero, enemy queen down, double poison, or a poison onto the clan castle. His queen takes out most of that clan castle. He's already got dragons working on the outside of this base in a wide funnel fashion. They finish off that funnel now, pushing through primarily point defenses, raging into the splash damage at the core of this base, and healing through that splash damage. He's got a hound in the CC as well as a few loons with those exposed air defenses remaining. Really sets up this attack very nicely. Rages those balloons into the remaining into the Tesla farm. They're not going to get through the Teslas, but they do get the skelly traps out. The pups are doing work on those skellies. He's now sprinkled in a few cleanup troops to keep those dragons working together, and 2 balloons, which I think he'll drop right as the Teslas are tanked. Yes, he does. Those Teslas are not going to work through fast enough on these dragons. Ooh, and one of the balloons takes a seeking air mine. The other one does as well, keeps the dragons alive. What a nice raid and a twist on attacks that we've seen earlier in this replay recap. Jar Jar. There's the CC lure, and it I believe his heroes are after at least one air defense, yes, and I'm not sure that they're going to get more than that. They do get the CC kill. He does have a max Skelly spell for the Queen later in this raid. And it looks like he's going to start a Laloon right into the air sweepers. That's going to require some help from hastes, and they are down, taking advantage of the pathing created by his heroes. Alright, he's going to tank the splash damage in these wizard towers at 3 o'clock. Still hasting, working against those sweepers. Skellies are up. And no, there was not a full lure. There is a CC baby dragon at work against his balloons. And that can wreck a Laloon in a hurry, as the splash damage from the baby dragon will demolish a pack of balloons. But the pups from his hounds have taken care of it. The Rage Skelly, or the Skelly spell, has also taken care of the enemy Queen. Very interesting pathing. He missed that X-bow and comes back to it. Max Hound is not popped. That would be huge value for cleanup if it did, but it will not. It will not pop. A Raged Baby Dragon, however, doing tremendous work on cleanup with this base, finishes on the Town Hall. Nice job, Jar Jar. Tony on number 16. He's got a Shattered Attack. Did not get the Archer Tower tanked by that Golem. Test Wall Breaker. They do push through and sets up his heroes to engage into an alley that leads right to the Queen if these bowlers will cooperate on the funnel, and they do. That high hit point storage sucks them in. The CC and enemy Queen under poison, as his kill squad takes advantage of that alley and pushes right into this base. His King's gone all the way through a jump spell now. However, the bowlers back out. It's going to work out fine, though, as they're going to get a lot of value on the outside of this base. The defensive pathing, with 34% of the base taken out, is clean for a clockwise rotation. He does have to work against the sweeper and into splash damage at 12 o'clock, but the haste effect lingers on those balloons as they're pushed back, and they are able to pull through. Oh, that heal spell could be huge value right here, as those loons are really worked down. And yes, the heal onto the Teslas allows all the balloons to finish at now full health. And those bowlers that walked, huge value on cleanup. That worked out just fine. Good job. Rishbaman, a man on number 15. Another shattered Gobo Laloon, I believe. Gets those tanking golems in and those wizards to do heavy work on a wide funnel. Test wall breakers, or the wall breakers are in. I don't think I saw a test one, but that golem had already stepped up. Good value on this jump, as it's going to give him access to half the base, the CC lure, and the enemy Queen under rage at the same time. And what a bonus, as the Teslas are right there as well to get taken out by rage. The The air sweepers are down, and he's already taken advantage of the pathing on and the tank defenses on that Laloon. Loon's now into an air defense there in near the core that wasn't really tanked, but he gets into it so quickly. I don't know, double haste, is that a thing? That may be new meta. I'm not sure. Might have been a misdrop there, but this base is wrecked at this point. Anyway, swag AQ ability, swag max poison, heroes no longer a threat, as he's going to work through this cleanup quite effectively. Excellent work. These bases with the offset, clan castle, and heroes together just beg for an entry, particularly with an easy funnel like this. One jump spell, going to get some nice value on that jump when he's ready for it. Enemy queen is going down. Balloons picking off some defenses that are tanked. Ooh, a troll Tesla, nice. Stops those balloons. His single golem did not take the jump, and so I don't remember. Yes, one golem, I believe. And those high DPS buildings slow his queen down substantially. Did not get much value on that jump. It's going to peter out before the queen gets in, but she is going to still take care of some work, tanking a wizard tower as balloons push in. The hastes are allowing those balloons to work effectively against the air sweeper at 12 o'clock. And now the haste focused on the hound as the balloons catch up. Last hound's going to pop just as the balloons arrive. The air defense will shoot at pups or perhaps a stray balloon in the pack as the rest push in under haste right as they arrive. Timing works out really well. Those troll Teslas, not a problem. And all the defenses are taken care of, and the cleanup troops are wrapping around nicely on what remains. Seven Mile cleans up an attack I did early in this war. This is the strategy I scouted, but that balloon to take the Seeking Air Mine off of this wizard tower was a wonderful adjustment, as it allows this baby dragon to get some good value. The archer tower is tanked, and that baby dragon is going to step right up. Oh, but there's another Seeking Air Mine. However, the funnel is created by the baby dragon on that wizard tower. The fail in my raid that allowed these boulders to walk. 2 jump spells allows the golems and the boulders to push very deep into this base. Gets a poison down right on top of this clan castle, and is going to get great value out of this kill squad. 24 hogs on the back end, and the pathing very clean now as a quadrant of this base is taken out. 40% of the base is down when the hogs begin to wrap in. They're coming in behind the queen, which is tanking the expo for them. They really only face 1 point defense until now, and he's going to go in heavy and get save that heal for the splash damage on the upper side of this base. Going to need it right about now. There it is, just as the hogs are on the wizard tower, also helping as the hogs take on an enemy king. They've got to get through this last defense, and there they are together to take care of the ground skellies and the enemy king. And he's got a huge pack of hogs left, which will do massive work on cleanup, very effective on cleaning up a base when you have a huge pack of hogs working together. Great work on clearing all the TH9s, WHF rising. This has been Nick. I'll be back later to recap the TH11 and TH10 attacks.